that someone in here came in and was like, a guy with like a guy who nails it in so many different ways, okay, had bad fucking takes literally 20 years ago, which I don't even know how. Like, are we talking 20 years ago? Like, was he writing 20 years ago? How old is this?
The roadmap ahead is a bit murky. Here's what we know so far. The House is expected to stay out of session for the rest of the week. Then Republicans are expected to hold a speaker candidate forum in a week. McCarthy told CNN's
they evicted Pelosi.
That he might endorse a successor. All right, let's continue this conversation. Joining me right now is Congressman Gregory Meeks, a New York Democrat. Congressman, great to see you. Okay, so a whole lot going on still, and particularly today now, we are learning that the former House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi's office, she is being evicted from her office on Capitol Hill. And now Congressman Steny Hoyer, who also has space on Capitol Hill, is also being booted from his office. So is this now setting the tone of what it's going to be like with new speaker leadership? All of those traditions are now, the traditions such as being able to maintain office space on Capitol Hill for these former leaders is now out the window. What does it say to you?
Well, first, thank you for having me. It just shows the continued dysfunction of the Republican Party. They're looking to blame someone else for their own civil war. We didn't cause their civil war. That's within their own ranks. And so now they're lashing out. It's their right to do whatever, if they choose to do that. But the American people are watching. I think the American people want someone and want a party and a Congress that is secure, that it knows how to function, that is getting things done. Just in the 117th Congress, we only had a 5-vote majority also. We were able to get things done. Not partisan bills, but bipartisan bills also that was signed by the president.
Can you explain what the evictions mean? I mean, it's nothing. It's just symbolic. Like, they said that they're rekeying the offices. It's petty as fuck. That's it. There's like literally nothing else other than that.
They were not able to do that. Every bill that.
Why is Pelosi involved in this now? I missed that. Guys, Nancy Pelosi wasn't even there. She couldn't even vote for or against Kevin McCarthy's ouster. Nancy Pelosi is just a symbol of real, living, historical American socialism. That's what it is. In the eyes of the Republican Party, Nancy Pelosi is a representative of Marxist-Leninist principles taking hold over America and queerifying our children. Okay? That is the reason why they are taking this like super petty and ultimately symbolic action. That's it. Because they have nothing else. What are they supposed to do? They got nothing, which is hilarious in general because, like, fuck Nancy Pelosi.
They talked about as an accomplishment yesterday was a MAGA right-wing bill, the kind of bill like before the agreement on the CR that cut 30%, hurting children and families in our military. And so it is their civil war, and they and they only are the ones that can resolve it and end it.
How stunned are you that 8 Republicans can upend the leadership like this? 96% of Republicans wanted to keep McCarthy, and McCarthy, upon his exit, is blaming Democrats for this.
Truthfully, it's not just 8. It's every member of the Republican caucus. They are the ones that changed the rules and said that one individual could call the speaker accountable. There's reasons why previously it was not that way in the rules. They changed the rules and they voted for it unanimously, knowing that those MAGA individuals were there. How did we know that? Because it took 15 times to vote to elect McCarthy originally. So it is the Republican.
This is somehow the Democratic Party's fault, though, I think. You know what I mean? I think, like, the fact that it took 15 tries, the fact that it took 15 fucking tries to even get him appointed was still somehow the Democratic Party's problem, and they caused it. Friend of the show, Osita, who I reached out to because I want to have him on soon, again, had a banger of a take, and I 100% agree with him. Once again, as always, banger quote. Says, as far as a lot of people are concerned, the Democratic Party's reluctance to show backbone is a structural feature of Congress that might as well have been written into the Constitution. It is a destabilizing abrogation of norms for the party to stand up for itself in any way. The one time that I agree with the Democratic Party, because it actually operated in the same way that Republicans do and are expected to, okay? Everyone is like, what the fuck is going on? You're not supposed to do that. What are you doing? Google Osita in Iraq War. Was he a champion of the Iraq War? King. I like the Iraq War now. I think we should cancel him for his current perspective that is almost entirely aligned. I like the Iraq War now. I'm a fan.
Republicans collectively that put themselves in this position, and they have no one to look at but themselves.
And do you think it will be more of the same, that similar pattern for the successor? That
did you try to fucking wait? Did you try to cancel? Did you try to cancel Osita? Like I glanced past it, but it's so fucking funny that someone in here came in and was like, a guy with like a guy who nails it in so many different ways, okay, had bad fucking takes literally 20 years ago, which I don't even know how. Like, are we talking 20 years ago? Like, was he writing 20 years ago? How old is Osita? I didn't even know that this existed.
whoever succeeds.
Is it possible that Chatter was a dumbass and they're saying cancel Osita for his good take on the Iraq War? Or was the fucking Chatter doing that classic stupid thing that everybody does where they try to bait me right at the top of the hour into fucking reading their dumbass take? I'm a moron, actually. I'm misremembering, I think. Please ignore me. Okay, well, guess what? You know what you can't ignore? The top of the fucking hour ad break. Which if you no longer want to see, then all you need to know is, which you no longer want to see, all you need to do is subscribe for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account or by getting gifted a sub, okay? That's the only way you can ignore the top of the hour ad break. Fucking little freak. Oh my gosh, he was trying to eat my XLR cables. Yeah, Chatter was thinking of Glenn Greenwald probably, who has bad takes to this day. Anyway, here's the 3-minute ad break now. Oh my God.
Speaker McCarthy.
Where the fuck is Cenk? He's supposed to be here right now for the uncle-nephew brawl.
Conditions in order to hold that seat?
Well, I think that what should happen is, we've got so-called moderate Republicans. The fact of the matter is there are 18 Republicans in districts that was won by Joe Biden. I think that the pressure is on them that they should then vote more like
I'm going to take Kai out real quick.
In a manner that will get things done. Because it is them that will, their people and their districts that are asking for a more bipartisan type of rule in the Washington, D.C. And so I would hope that those individuals would make sure that the deals that are cut, they would work with us to move America forward. It shouldn't be where they've passed, as I said previously, bills that would cut 30% on spending. It shouldn't be where you see all of these right-wing MAGA ideologies that are passing with their votes. They are voting for those things. So I would hope that changes, and this is a wake-up call for them.
And back to the whole office eviction, because that is just, it's really stunning. And this taking place while Pelosi is in California, for the funeral and arrangements for her good friend, the late Senator Feinstein. I wonder, do you think this was a McCarthy last move on his way out, as revenge?
Oh, there he is.
Do you see this eviction of Steny Hoyer and Nancy Pelosi's offices more of a reflection of Representative McHenry, who was kind of the temporary speaker?
But either way, it's a childish move, that, the conference is having a tantrum because of their own internal fights and want to reach out and blame someone else. I mean, it just seems ridiculous that Kevin McCarthy wants to blame Nancy Pelosi for his ouster. Kevin McCarthy can.
Okay. Here, you want to come closer? Okay, let's see if I can fix this camera. Okay. Wait, don't show anything on your phone, obviously. Make sure that you don't show anything on your phone. Okay. Let's crank up the volume here. All right, speaking to the microphone.
Hey guys, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, you got to get up. You got to get up close and personal with it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm as close